My name is Prab Magnet, and this unique and unsaturated business model has been making me over $229,054 a month in laptop real estate income with me working less than 10 hours a week. This is because I was able to use this unique opportunity while very few people knew about it to take advantage of the growth and potential in this $1 trillion recession-proof industry that Forbes and Yahoo Finance say is expected to grow by at least another 2.25 trillion in the next few years. While AI is expected to replace millions of jobs in the next couple of years, the real estate industry will always need to have a personal hand-holding touch to manage transactions and help people find homes. This is where you can come in and use this unique method that I will be showing you today to your advantage to build real wealth, provide a life of real financial freedom to yourself or your loved ones. This is all possible due to a unique and decades-old problem that emerged for your average everyday real estate agent. And no, this does not involve you becoming a real estate agent, investor, or wholesaler. In fact, you don't even need to leave your own house and can do this from anywhere in the world. In doing this method, I became a millionaire before the age of 23 and was able to completely change my life trajectory for the better, despite all the crap taking place in the world right now, and even with the economy being in shambles. And that's exactly why I want to share with you today. Now, even more important than all of that is that I've taught hundreds of people, normal, everyday, busy people, how to copy and paste this exact system and achieve some pretty incredible results. People like Sam, who actually got started doing this from the power of his own home, and he was a university student in the Netherlands. But after using the system, he's now making over $60,000 a month in profit, yes with a P, and living his dream life in Colombia as a DJ. Or people like Mayta, who actually was an American mother of three based out of Portugal, and after getting started, she hit a $22,000 profit month within just 60 days. This opportunity is still brand new and unsaturated right now. It's really just myself and a small handful of my students that didn't even know about it in the first place and are using it to change their lives. The reason why this works so well is because right now we are in the middle of a massive wealth shift. The world is changing faster than ever before, and almost every industry and every person is being disrupted. It's no wonder that right now the majority of the world, even those in a place where they have jobs or businesses, are still living paycheck to paycheck with basically nothing in savings. I mean, let's just be honest here. What would you do if you ended up losing your job or your main source of income? Do you have a rainy day fund or savings to cover you for an emergency? Because almost everyone that I know, with a selection of a very few, actually do not have this in place. Despite all the financial nightmares we're living through, there is a hope. Right now, we're living through a time where there's a massive amount of money changing hands, with experts calling it one of the largest wealth transfers over the last 100 years. These periods come very rarely, so listen up. This wealth shift that's taking place right now is money changing hands from the old and outdated economy to the new economy. And here's what I mean. The old economy is based around just having a income that allows you to trade time for money. And that's where we're all stuck. Whether it's a job or a business, we were told by society that if you go to school, work hard, and develop a career, then we somehow get wealth and financial freedom will just come to us. Really, we're just chained to the system, and we are working in an environment that is complete baloney because we've been duped. Because studies actually show that almost one half of people are not going to be able to retire, and even those with a college degree are also in the same boat. This stat applies for most Americans, but I think it really applies worldwide, and can all agree upon that. While having a decent paying career or business might be enough to scrape by and pay some bills, it's almost never enough to build real wealth and financial freedom. And Malcolm Forbes, the guy that built Forbes magazine, said this. He says he made his money the old-fashioned way. I was very nice to a very wealthy relative right before he died. Now, of course, a lot of us do not have that privilege, sadly. We do not have the ability to go to a very wealthy relative and just be nice and hopefully pray for all their wealth to be transferred to us. So instead, we gotta listen to Uncle Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. So now, if your goal is to have real freedom in your life, to have the ability to serve your family, your loved ones, and most importantly yourself, without constantly stressing about bills, to not have to save for months or years just to take a vacation, or simply just have the ability to wake up whenever you want and sleep in, you need to go about your day without having to work on someone else's schedule. And right now, a lot of people are just cogs in the system, and a lot of them just do what everyone else is doing, and in doing so, just like the millions of people around the world, you're going to be getting the same results from them. There's a fundamental rule that I follow in my life that served me extremely well. If you do what everyone else is doing, you're going to get the same result as them. And that's sadly the case for a lot of people. This is exactly why the massive shift is taking place, where the wealth is being transferred into the hands of people who know the right vehicle to take when it comes to achieving wealth. This shift that I'm talking about is being called the laptop real estate economy. The new laptop real estate economy is allowing everyday people to gain back their control and their freedom by changing the way they produce income for themselves, because now they're in an industry that creates the most millionaires that history's ever created. The real estate industry is solely responsible for putting in the most millionaires into this world out of any other industry. And they also do it in a way that allows them to get started without any experience in the real estate industry whatsoever. Furthermore, most of it can be outsourced. With this new laptop real estate income, it could be outsourced to people who will now run your whole laptop real estate income business for you. So now you almost put your income on autopilot. This is allowing people to diversify between being stuck in the rat race to a typical job or having a new career or side hustle that allows them to escape the rat race entirely, and as a result, better protect themselves from massive shifts in the economy like economic downturns, and most importantly, set themselves and their loved ones up for real wealth and real financial freedom. Forbes and Yahoo Finance expect the real estate industry to grow by at least another 2.25 trillion in the next few years. They say it's by 2028, and a very select few people from all walks of life are already tapping in and taking advantage. Experts agree that in 2024 and beyond, if you do not know how to make money online, especially in the real estate industry, the industry that's responsible for making the most amount of millionaires, you're likely going to be left behind in this new economy. Now, let me explain to you how I was able to set up my very first laptop real estate income job when I was a broke college athlete, and how you too can potentially do the same thing. Now, it all started a couple years ago when I was 18 years old in 2017. I had an offer to play university soccer at a local school that was not too far away from me. I knew that I wanted more. I was always very competitive. I felt like as a kid, I wanted to do the best I could in my life because I only have one life. And after playing soccer for a couple years, I knew I wasn't good enough to go pro. Even though I got a scholarship to play college soccer, I still was not good enough to go pro. So reality at least slapped me on the face. And on top of that, I had to realize that something had to change because I still had these big goals. At the time, I was working multiple jobs. I was getting fired multiple times a year. On top of that, I was trying to juggle my schoolwork so I could eventually apply to medical school because, of course, I have Indian parents, a lot of pressure. That's what they wanted me to do. This is what my exact daily schedule looked like. I literally went back and it's a picture of my schedule. It's on Google Calendar. As you can see, I actually wake up at 6 a.m. to make up my practice at 8 a.m. and I basically come home every single night at 10 p.m. after a lab I had for a biology class just to do it all over again the next day. I literally had no time for myself during this period and I was exhausted every single day, both physically and mentally. Now, keep in mind, this was the exact path that I was told to go on if I wanted to go ahead and hit my goals of financial freedom. Everyone told me this is the path you should go to university, get a degree. So me being as naive as I was back then, I stuck with it. But it wasn't until one day where I got a paycheck from my store that I worked at called Canadian Tire. And after paying off everything, my credit card bills, my meals, my books, my gas, I actually was left with less than $200 in my checking account. And on top of that, I also had to pay off tuition fees as well that were due. And if I didn't pay them, I actually was going to be in a place where my soccer coach would cut me from the team. So my parents worked 2 jobs each, and it was already hard enough for them to put their first child through university. And it was already difficult for them to pay for everything else that was going on with the family. So here I felt really hopeless. I was in a dark spot then. I felt like crap. I didn't want to go out with friends who were, eating out and going out on Fridays and Saturdays as other college students do. I couldn't go out with them because I didn't have money. I couldn't date and meet new girls because I didn't have any money at the time. It was basically a never-ending cycle that I could never see myself escaping. I really felt miserable. And let's just say I did become a doctor, right? I went through doctor. I got a bunch of student loans. Well, first things first, it would take me about 15 years to start making ample income to actually pay off these student debts. Then I came to self-realization that why was I actually becoming a doctor? Well, I wanted to become a doctor because I wanted status and money, and that was the wrong thing to do. I realized that despite whatever I did, the path that my teachers, my parents, my relatives, and basically everyone told me to embark upon was the same path that was going to put me in a lot of debt and basically end up in the same spot as 99% of the rest of society. I realized that if I did what everyone else was doing, I was going to end up in a spot that I could virtually never really escape from and just end up as someone who blames the system and lives the rest of their life complaining and living in constant negativity and pessimism. And sadly, this is the state for a lot of the world right now as we know it. Now, on top of that, as bad as everything was, I also got fired from that job as well. That one job that was sort of keeping things afloat. And they really called me upstairs and they said, "Hey Prab, look, you were a seasonal hire and we didn't really think you're going to be good enough to progress." And they told me I'm not a fit and they told me that's it. So now I had no money coming in. My parents worked multiple jobs and night shifts. I barely had anything left in my bank account. I didn't have a future with soccer. I also wasn't even sure about the career path I was going to go on. And this was basically my rock bottom. Like, I lost sleep at night for a couple of months and thought about everything that possibly went wrong. I mean, as kids, we feel special. We feel like we can do anything in the world. And as that kid, that kid was beaten out of me at this point. And a lot of people can probably relate to this, but I also was in a place where now I was like, oh well, everything's gonna be all right, because that's like that old saying says, right? Like, when things don't go well, the old saying says, well, everything's gonna be all right. And I felt as though my dreams in life had been shattered and I was entering into exactly what I didn't want to get into. And the truth is that a lot of people online I was seeing, they were living these lives of real freedom, and on social media they seemed happy. Well, I just thought, well, they just got lucky. And then I seemed to look at them, they were traveling traveling around the world. They work whenever they like and generally happy and content with their lives. Now, a lot of people might not agree with me. They say, well, yeah, the social media influencers are not happy and all that kind of stuff. But the truth is this, they may not be happy, but they sure as heck get a career that I dreamt of because they're not working a 9 to 5 and shackled the system. I mean, sure, they might have some other personal problems they might be dealing with, but what I realized is I didn't want to be in a 9 to 5 and shackled the system. I want to at least be free. And these people, these influencers were just like me. They had 2 hands, 2 ears, 10 fingers. I mean, you get the point. They didn't seem more hardworking than me either. I desperately wanted what they had and what you probably want right now too, a thing called remote freedom. Basically, it's the ability to work from anywhere from the world and make money with just a laptop, a phone, and internet connection. It's the ability to have uncapped earning potential in your income. The ability to earn an income and not take a hit financially no matter what is going on in the world or the economy. And to do so from anywhere in the world, whether it's from your car or a beach in Mexico or working from the comfort of your own bedroom. It was at this time I knew something had to change. Every day I didn't make a change, I was going to sink deeper and deeper in the debt and basically live like the 99% of everyone else who was struggling in the world. So I began to do some research. I looked online on YouTube, on Google. I looked into books on how to make money. I looked into everything. And this was like a little arc in my lifetime, right? A lot of self-improvement took place, but I looked on YouTube. I went to every single rabbit hole imaginable when it came to this. I looked at everything like online side hustles, make money online businesses, affiliate marketing, SMMA, marketing agency, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, remote sales. I looked at everything and I looked into all of them. I desperately tried to find that one thing that would finally grant me this remote freedom that I wanted. And as you can guess, I did waste a lot of time and energy during this time, but by now I had seen it all, right? I tried everything and I fielded everything out there. I remember buying like this Jungle Scout software and everything, and my mom was like, well, why do you use my credit card? I remember it all, right? And during this time of trial, tribulations, and like these YouTube binges that went on, I saw one common trend amongst all the wealthy and successful people and how they made their money. I learned that to make money, you need to follow the success of others and go after markets that are always growing and evergreen. I learned that the most millionaires are made in the real estate industry. I also learned that there are countless different paths in the real estate industry. In fact, there are thousands of different roles one can do just within the real estate industry alone. On top of that though, everything shifted when I read the book called 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is the guy that built PayPal with Elon Musk. He's a billionaire, and he said one thing that really stuck out to me. In order to win in life and business, you cannot compete and you need to carve your own space, because when you compete, you die. That's literally how stark he was. You have to be unique. So I learned that there's all these jobs in the real estate space, right? And now I have to create a job for myself, a role in the economy that very few people are doing, that's not competed against. So I learned that you need to solve a problem that very few or no one else is solving, and that too within the real estate industry. So I started really thinking, because you see the people that are in the lower class or middle class, they're sadly still operating the old economy, and the wealthy and successful people are operating the new economy, right? Everything that's more online, more leverage. And it's not a coincidence that many of the billionaires, especially the young ones, like the guys like that founded Facebook, they're actually in the new economy, right? In the online economy, building these online companies like Facebook, these social media platforms. And this is what I wanted to align myself with. I want to say, well, how can I combine real estate with the online economy? And that's where the laptop real estate income economy came into, where it's not a coincidence that all these billionaires are building companies in the tech space, in the online space, with the internet. They're building internet companies. And I learned that that's where I want to be. And they're operating in the new economy where there's a lot of leverage. It's all online. And this is what creates a massive gap with wealth and economic prosperity in the world. Now, to explain this, I want you to imagine for yourself being a hamster on a wheel, right? You run faster and faster every single day for the energy for the wheel to spin, and you earn money in exchange. This is the working situation for most people. You trade your time for money, you run on the wheel, that's your job, or it might be a single source of income, and you try to provide for yourself, for your family. Now, as you can imagine, as a hamster, you can only run on one wheel at a time, right? And just like a hamster, if you keep running every single day, you're eventually gonna run out of energy, right? If you don't take any breaks. And the thing is, this is what ends up happening to a lot of people. They stop, they take a break, and then their income stops, or they get sick and their income stops, and everything falls apart. And a lot of people, like, they start relying on trading their time for money for just a single source of income, and they're only gonna be able to generate a limited amount of income, and eventually you're gonna hit a ceiling. The wealthy people know this, and they do not ever get into this kind of trap. And that's actually exactly why they designed the old economy in the first place. They wanted to create this trap where there was a population of hamsters running on wheels, who are all barely able to keep their heads afloat, who are too tired of running the wheel all day to ever having a shot at making any real money, and to ever achieve any real source of freedom. To make money like truly wealthy people do, you cannot be a hamster on the wheel. Instead, you gotta tap into the new economy online, and ideally the new laptop real estate economy. And I see the laptop real estate economy because it's simple. The most millionaires are made in the real estate estate industry. On top of that, we're also tapping into the new economy with internet companies and tech companies, and that's where all the money's made. So now we're combining two of them, and it's a win-win. We simply cannot rely upon old school and outdated methods anymore to make money, where we trade time for money and we end up stopping, our income stops. We need to explore options where the hamster wheel can continue to spin without you, and you can be the one in control of multiple hamster wheels instead. So now you have a business where a lot of hamsters are running, and a lot of people might not agree with me on this, but this is how the wealthy think. However stark and however how black and white you think it is, this is how the reality is of the world, and you need to now shift yourself into the wealthy person's seat, because that's the only way you're going to change your life. This is how you're going to start making more income and leverage your way to financial freedom and wealth. This is how all the wealthy individuals and top CEOs think. I mean, it's not a coincidence that people like Elon Musk say leverage is key. He didn't build Tesla by himself. He had leverage, and he was put in a spot where he now had a lot of hamsters running on the wheels. Now, obviously, a lot of those hamsters have great lives working for these awesome companies, but Elon Musk is still in control, and that is why he's one of the wealthiest people on this planet. And really, the only way you can have an opportunity where you have multiple hamsters running under your wheel is you have to now go ahead and be in the spot where you have something to sell to the market, where people can now team up with you on your vision, and now you build together. And a lot of people might not agree with me on this, and they say, well, you're calling people that work for you hamsters. It's just an analogy. The people that work for me are great people, and they're actually entrepreneurial roles within our companies. But what I want to really serve you as a benefit, for example, here is that you have to now reposition your thinking to get into this frame of mind if you want to change your life. This is exactly what I did when I built my first company to a multi-million-dollar a year revenue run rate. I outsourced myself so I could then do things that I love. This is basically the core of how this new economy works and what wealthy people have been trying to keep a secret from you for the last couple of years. And when you guys see this, you will then see why most people will continue to struggle and never be able to truly enjoy their lives, retire time, or experience a life of real financial freedom. So then this begs the question, what then is the easiest and fastest way to disconnect your income from your working hours and set up a laptop real estate income in this new real estate economy? What is this way where now you can start becoming a CEO and have people working for you, so you apply leverage just like Elon Musk, so you can now think like the wealthy people do? Well, the first thing is you have to now sell something to the market, ideally in the real estate industry, because it's the industry that makes the most amount of millionaires, and also do something that's online. That's the first step. And what most people do not know is that there is a way of using previous experience of someone else with the exact knowledge, skills, and experience that's already done it before, and turning that into a copy-paste online income for yourself in the real estate industry using just the power of the internet. And this does not involve you leaving your house at all. The real estate industry is set to grow by another 2.25 trillion by the year 2028. That is trillion, not billion. The difference is unimaginable. And before I tell you what this is and exactly how it works, the nitty-gritty, I really want you to imagine one thing: how big $2.25 trillion really is. If we were to start off on January 1st, 2024, every single hour until January 1st, 2028, we'd be injecting $63 million into the economy every single hour, or about $1.5 billion every single day. While other markets might be taking a hit, we can sure as heck be sure that the real estate market is here to stay. I mean, think about it. It's not a coincidence that Bill Gates is buying up thousands of acres of farmland each and every single month. Real estate is a limited resource. The one single industry is creating hundreds of new millionaires every single week. And the reason this particular form of laptop real estate income is exploding is largely because of the 2023 pandemic, or the 2022 pandemic, 2021. The whole pandemic really messed up the real estate industry. COVID changed up how every single business operates, for better or for worse. The biggest change though was the way that homes were bought and sold. There was a time during COVID where your typical real estate agent was no longer able to meet or show homes and get clients in person. They were completely told to sit at home and socially distance, because a lot of real estate agents is the people's business. Now, they still had to get business to generate new clients, and it made it very hard for them to go ahead and get clients without using the internet. So real estate agents now start asking themselves the questions: how do I get clients in COVID? How do I get clients without having to go door knocking or dropping flyers or meeting people in person? How to run Facebook ads? How to run Google ads? How to generate leads online? This was a massive surge in the way real estate was done. It was a huge shift, and it was a permanent shift that led to the real estate market and the mindset of all real estate agents changing once and for all. Being stuck at home, real estate agents had to look for a new and innovative way to get clients and grow their business because the number of clients they have dictate how much you're going to earn. And they had to look for ways that did not require them to meet up with clients in person, instead generate them from the power of the internet, because now they could not physically leave their house. They could not go knock on doors or anything. So they started investing a ton of money into advertising, and the advertising spend went up a lot. In fact, CNBC wrote in an article that social media advertising during the economic downturn was more of a right place, right time when it comes to the compatibility of running social media marketing for every single business, and particularly the real estate industry. Now, because of this, the majority of businesses now had to adjust how to get clients, and this is where the laptop real estate economy took place, and people started making money with laptop real estate income. It existed within this $1 trillion real estate industry. The opportunity was massive here. This is the very industry that does create the most amount of millionaires. I want to repeat again: Taylor Swift, Shaquille O'Neal, and Arnold Schwarzenegger are all worth a combined $2 billion, and they have tens of millions of dollars invested in real estate for a reason. They know the industry is the safest bet when it comes to making wealth and growing money. They realize that out of any investment that they can make, the best investment for them is in taking advantage of a resource that is limited on the planet: real estate. And each and every single one of them also has a trusted real estate agent. This trusted real estate agents help them find homes. And now all of these real estate agents actually have a behind the scenes marketing consultant working for them, running the show and helping them help their clients more by running them marketing online and generating them leads. And this is exactly what a real estate marketing consultant does. You do not need to have tens of thousands of dollars to invest in real estate, or have an audience like the names I mentioned above, or become a real estate agent, wholesaler, or have any experience in the real estate industry at all to take advantage of this. Already, normal people are tapping into this laptop real estate economy and partnering up these real estate agents to transform their lives and their families' lives for the better. These people are called real estate marketing consultants, and it's exactly what I did. And they're taking the real estate industry by storm and replacing their 9-to-5s and escaping the rat race once and for all. Take, for example, Ricardo. Ricardo is 24 years old. He's from Italy. He moved out of his parents' house into an apartment in another town a couple hours away. But what Ricardo did in 2 months was nothing short of life-changing. He went ahead, become a real estate marketing consultant. He then goes ahead to reach out to a real estate agent. The first month he makes $8,000. Second month he makes $20,000. The third month he's on track for $50,000. And Ricardo is one of those people that had no tech experience building an online business like this. He literally came in and he literally did this with his best friend. They moved an apartment together and they change their lives for the rest of eternity. And this is what people are doing as real estate marketing consultants. Think about it: $20,000 a month in just 2 months of getting started, helping real estate agents from his own apartment. Nothing in person, all online with a laptop. That's it. He can literally work from his bedroom. He's living the dream, and it's only going up from there. When I first heard about that way back the day, I saw real estate agents, they had this huge problem, and I knew how much you get paid for it. It blew my mind. And you know, a lot of people are taking action on this. Like even Itunu, like this guy comes in, he comes from Nigeria. He's, comes in to Canada. He gets a job in the government. The government lays him off. But what makes it worse is his wife is pregnant. He has to also pay for tickets for his wife's parents to fly over into Canada to spend time with their pregnant daughter. On top of that, he also is trying to buy a home that he has a down payment that's pending, and he just lost his job. And he has responsibility for his whole family. So he's in a very tight spot. But what he does is insane. Within just 2 months, he hits a $20,000 a month. And he's been hitting that every single month for the past couple of months, and it's only going up ever since. The best part is Itunu also had a baby during this time, and that actually sort of slowed down his efforts, which it should, but he still hit these big months, and he also enjoyed the birth of a new child. And he mentioned he's able to use the cash collected to complete the down payment of his house, finish his basement, and also rent out another condo for his family. So when I hear these kind of things, it really gives me another reason to jump out of my bed in the morning and help more people just like this. The beauty of this new laptop real estate income and becoming a real estate marketing consultant is that it can be automated and delegated at scale. Now, those are big words, and I'll explain what they mean. When you have something like this that's working for you, you can hire people because you understand the skills, right? You become a real estate marketing consultant yourself, and then you can hire other people to become real estate marketing consultants inside of your business. And now you can actually take a step back, and now these people run the whole business for you. In fact, that's exactly what I did. Like when my business was doing over $200,000 every single month in revenue, do? I hired 3 people. These 3 people ran the whole business for me. Now I can sleep in, do whatever I want, travel. Of course, I want to serve my team at the highest level, but now I was working less than 10 hours a week, making over $200,000 a month in revenue and taking home a huge paycheck every single month so I could serve myself and my loved ones, provide them a better life. And these kind of claims seem insane. I know if you're watching this right now, you're like, wow, like, is this even real? Is this even fake? There's a lot of proof to show you guys, so keep on watching. With this model, you don't need any investment into inventory, overhead, office space, or even a car to get started. It truly is all online. It can be done from the comfort of your own laptop from anywhere in the world. On top of everything, because you can control how much you want to earn, this can either be a side hustle or a full-time income for you all. You decide what you want in the end of the day. You decide, do I want to do more of this or less? But this process works forever, how much effort you put in. Furthermore, because it's an internet business, profit margins are already higher than traditional businesses that require a ton of overhead. You don't need to worry about shipping, inventory, or other costs that are associated with running traditional types of businesses. This requires no experience, no education, no real estate license to become a real estate agent, no becoming a wholesaler or fix and flipper, no becoming a real estate investor. None of that is required. There's a completely brand new opportunity. Guys, when I first discovered this, when I was a kid in my late teens, I've stayed in this industry until this very date for a reason. I've not left it. It's paid me handsomely every single month. When I first got started, I came back home after a soccer game. It's a wet, dripping soccer game. I just did not like that feeling, right? Of course, after taking a shower, I was like, well, I gotta do something, right? And I literally said, okay, I'm gonna reach out to real estate agents after watching this YouTube video. I put together a list of real estate agents I would reach out to the next morning. At that time, I was a broke college student, like I said. I didn't know any better. I just had a ton of ambition and drive, because at that age, like, who doesn't have it, right? Like, everyone, young 20s, like, we're all super excited. So I began reaching out to a lot of real estate agents, made a ton of calls, and I got a bunch of appointments. And my first client that I signed on in the first month, I made him $30,000 in commission. So now take this. The job that I just got fired for was a job where I was working as a clerk in the tools department that I hated. And within a span of a couple of weeks, I used the internet to make someone more money in 1 month than I would ever make in 1 year. So I thought to myself, well, if I can do that for him, I definitely get a portion of what I made it. And that was correct, right? I made a couple $1,000s off that client, to be exact, $2,500 a month. So if I could charge someone a few $1,000s and in return make them 10x, surely to do it, right? And that was a hypothesis I had when I first got started. And the exact hypothesis was proven true time and time again. I created my very first company called GenerationLeads.com, and we took it from $0 to a multi-million-dollar annual run rate in less than 18 months. We did it from our parents' homes in the local library for a period of time. So we got a little bit of money and we bought our own office. And that too was optional too. In our peak selling our offer as a real estate marketing consultant that we sold to realtors, we made $235,000 on just Stripe alone. Stripe is a payment processor. It's not including e-transfers, PayPal, or wire transfers. It's safe to say that we made some real money that month. Now, to put it into perspective, if I was a doctor, if I were to make $500,000 a year, and that too after 12 to 15 years, I was now making that in 2 months as a kid in my early 20s. And as a business owner, I can write off a lot of stuff and save taxes. So a lot of doctors pay a ton of that money of their income into taxes. So the last few years for myself have been a blessing, and I've been truly grateful for everything, and it changed everything for me. I was able to write a check for $10,000 every single month to my parents each month, something I do until this date. I also was able to buy my brother his dream car, a C63 AMG Coupe, for his 17th birthday. I was able to donate thousands of dollars annually to help with the sports academy for the less fortunate children in India. I was able to buy a few $1 million worth of real estate before the age of 23. And most importantly, I was able to get a taste of what lies in this world when it comes to income potential online. I went from a hopeless kid who had no direction in life to now making more money than I could ever imagine in just a period of a few short months. And I learned everything in just a few short days. When I first got started, I really binged everything, and I pretty much absorbed all the real estate marketing knowledge in a couple days. So I asked myself, well, if this could have all been done in such a period of time, such as a few days, the sky was now the limit. So when I was a kid back then, right, like 1920, I went all in on the company, and we did build it to a multi-million-dollar annual run rate. And as you can see here, like, we literally build over 1,000 plus real estate agents on our payment processor called Stripe. We also help change a lot of lives and made our clients a ton of money. Like, just to really take this further, one of our clients, a real estate agent, made $300,000 in 1 year. That's life-changing money. And I'll be very clear, I made that money selling to actual real estate agents. A lot of people actually make their money selling a course on how to do it. I actually made my money selling to real estate agents, not selling a course on how to become a real estate marketing consultant. So now, since then, I've been able to accumulate over $1 million in personal net worth, all before the age of 24, and I built my dream company. I wake up every single day. I genuinely love what I do. I only work 2 to 3 hours a day right now, and even then, I could easily outsource myself and remove myself from the day-to-day operations even further. Until this point, I've supported over 1,500 clients, customers, and students, and generated millions of dollars online in this new laptop real estate economy. I was able to do this starting off as a broke college athlete with no clear vision in life, and I taught this exact same system to everyone ranging from burnt out 9-to-5ers, stay-at-home moms, high school dropouts, even professionals like real estate agents or people that started marketing agencies after watching these YouTube videos online and they couldn't really make it work, and they want to now learn from someone that actually teaches a thing that actually works, that made their money doing it, and they want to take their life to the next level and tap into this new laptop real estate economy and become a real estate marketing consultant. And this can work even if you have no tech skills, don't have a product, or have no idea about how real estate works. This works for you. Now, this also can go ahead and become a real estate marketing consultant who helps real estate agents find more clients using the power of the internet. You set up advertisements for them, they start getting a bunch of clients, they pay you thousands of dollars a month, and now in doing so, you too can change your life and achieve financial freedom online. I taught students how to become a real estate marketing consultant from all over the world, with countries ranging from Canada, USA, India, New Zealand, Italy, the Netherlands, and more. These students come from all walks of life, ranging from stay-at-home moms, busy 9-to-5ers who want to change, seniors who want to travel and make money, and people who just want to change in general. But some of the people I've shown you before, like Ricardo, Intunu, and Mayta, there's others out there that have also changed their lives. People like Rohan, who was literally a kid at 19 years old, who made $20,000 in revenue in just 60 days. Or we've got Rija, who actually made $26,000 in 2 weeks. Or we've also got Azia, who made $40,000 in 8 weeks. We've also got Joel, who made $38,000 a month in 90 days. So these people are literally changing their lives. And we have countless others like Will Cabral, who made $35,000 a month in 60 days, and he's already hitting $80,000 a month online. We also got Aiden, who's hitting $100,000 a month in cash, and he's from New Zealand. So these are really, really big numbers, and I get it. It's really hard to believe this. There's also a kid who's 19 years old named Yogi Selman. He's based out of the Philippines, guys. He's making $20,000 a month. He does in the first 8 weeks of getting started. So these are really life-changing amounts of money, and it's very hard to really grasp this. It's like, wow, these people are making more money than I made in 1 year and 1 month, and it's doable as a real estate marketing consultant. The sky is truly the limit here. I thank God for everything he's given me and the lifestyle he's built for myself, and I'm always grateful. But what really gives me the most gratitude and joy is seeing the people that I've taught on go on and quit their 9-to-5 jobs, retire their spouse, travel the world, and be able to provide a better life for them and their loved ones. Some of these exact same people have been able to go off and pay debts for their family and get them together overseas, or maybe buying them cars or taking them on vacations, or maybe going ahead and buying that dream house that they wanted. There's been a lot of life-changing transformation that I've seen take place from all the real estate marketing consultants that have helped. It's been amazing to see the impact that simply sharing this knowledge that I had accumulated has achieved for the lives of other people all over the world. That's exactly why I'm so passionate, I'm so energetic about putting this message in front of you guys today, because all the wealthiest and most successful people agree that this is the future. The internet is the way to go. Online income, leverage economy is the way to go. And if we combine online income with the real estate industry, it's even better. It's a win-win. So things are changing fast, and you too can ride this wave of massive growth no matter where you're getting started from. So when I was putting all this information together, I actually asked myself, what would be the best way to share this with as many people as possible, but most importantly, ensure that the people that are using it actually saw real results with it? How could I make sure that this wasn't just something that people watched once, thought it was cool, and then forgot all about it and went about their day? Because I've personally seen the massive impact this opportunity can have, not only in my own life and my loved ones' lives, but also in the groups of students that I've taught to in the past. And I want to put together something that not only shows people the massive opportunity that's provided here, but also provides the actionable step-by-step path to doing the same thing for yourself, to learn how to actually become a real estate marketing consultant, so you too can take advantage of this laptop real estate income that a select few are taking advantage of to change their lives for better. Even if you're a complete beginner, no audience, no tech skills, no clue about how to get started in the first place, without wasting thousands of dollars or countless hours on expensive trial and error. So what did I do? I packaged together quite literally something that I used to build my own company, GenerationLeads.com. I took everything I did from that company, the one that was selling to real estate agents, that was me as a real estate marketing consultant that we built to a multi-million-dollar annual run rate in the laptop real estate income industry, and I gave it to you in a single comprehensive step-by-step system. This system is called REMC Launch. This is a way to get access to everything I use to achieve remote freedom in the new laptop real estate economy, and see behind the scenes of everything I'm doing right now and I've done in the past to generate millions of dollars in laptop real estate income like clockwork. Now, I'm sure you've seen people like me, these online make money gurus that sell online courses or programs that claim to teach the secrets to change your life. And the problem though is this: a lot of these people, they never actually made a lot of money or a sizable amount of money, and they might have failed at the thing they're teaching before getting into coaching other people. That's the first thing. The second thing is they might have never actually done it at all. They're complete scam artists. Or third, they only make their money teaching you how to do it. So I said, well, look, a lot of people are scamming the industry, ruining people's lives. I want to be different. I want to set a new standard for this industry. I want to set forth on a journey to take out every single fake guru that goes out and scams people. I didn't want to just talk about theories. I want to show you guys exactly what worked for me step by step and show you everything behind the curtains. So you can copy and paste it for yourself, the whole model, just like my previous successful students have been able to do. That's why inside the system, the only things you're going to learn are things I actually use to become a real estate marketing consultant and build a multi-million-dollar company. So whether or not you want to use the system just to create a side income for yourself or build a career that pays you tens of thousands of dollars monthly, that is for you to decide. I've taken everything, every resource, every template, every mistake that I've made on this journey and put it together into an easy to follow step-by-step system that can start generating results for you potentially in as little as 7 days. This system is called RDMC Launch. Before, I was really hesitant on making a program like this. Like, why would I want to give all my intellectual property away and teach people? Why would I take this $1 million business that I built and give it all away? Because here's the truth. The real estate industry is worth billions and billions of dollars every single hour, as you guys know. But on top of that, there's thousands of real estate agents in every single city. There's millions of real estate agents all across the globe. And I cannot serve every single one of them. In fact, my company had less than 1,000 clients at a given time, and we're still doing millions of dollars a year. That's less than 0.1% of the actual industry. So just keep that in mind. The industry is so big. So I said, look, I'm not going to gatekeep this knowledge. And secondly, me teaching people how to build a real estate and marketing consulting business actually is a good business for me. And I'm being completely transparent as an entrepreneur, but for me, I actually get a lot of joy out of it as well. So that's why I started this whole REMC launch movement. Now, this program is obviously not a cheap program, but we have a lot of options in place to make it easier for you to jump on board. We have funding partners, we have financial payment plans, we have a lot of things to make this work for you. So I urge you, if you really want to go ahead and become the next big case study, you want to make money like all the people that I showed you earlier, book a call with my team and see how this works. See if it's the right fit. And we're going to tell you if it's the right fit for you, of course. But the one thing we ask is this: please be respectful for our time. We don't want you to book a call and just no show us or not show up and forget, because in the end of the day, we have hundreds of people to speak to and we can only enroll so many people, and we only want to let in the right people as well. So you owe it yourself to book a call with our team and see if this is the right fit for you, because if it is, we would love to change your life with the power of real estate marketing consulting. So if you guys are interested, book a call down below and we'll see you guys on the other side.